Okay.
Hi.
How are you? Dr. Patrick. So, you have a loop. So, you got a big artery called the basilar artery that runs up your brainstem. Okay? It gives off paired arteries that go off like this and do different things. The anterior inferior cerebellar artery is one of those. And what your right anterior inferior cerebellar artery does is, as your 7th, 8th nerve complex exits your brainstem and goes into your bone over here, that's what you hear with, that's what you balance with, and that's what your facial muscles run with. That vessel just kind of loops into the bony hole that those nerves go through. Okay? And the reason you have this whooshing is that you're picking up on that through your cochlear nerve, which is the nerve you hear with, when that nerve probably sits up against the nerve. Okay? Which is why when you achieve, when you get certain level, a position of your head, it's probably because that blood vessel is whooshing on that nerve. Okay? That vessel loop is probably also pushing on the underside of your 5th cranial nerve, which is what you feel with.
The numbness?
The numbness. Okay? Facial numbness never killed anybody. The question, so this all kind of explains your symptoms.
Would that cause imbalance too?
Can.
So,
Okay, I can't say it's not. The question is, with doing something about this, operating on it, and solve your problems. And the answer is, yeah, maybe. Okay? But not without risk. Now, last time you told me you're a musician. Okay? One of the risks of doing anything for your problem is complete loss of hearing in that right ear. Okay? Now, I don't think there's a 50% chance of that happening, but it's not 0.1% either. The question for me is, do you need an operation? Will an operation help you? And if it will, at what risk? The risk of doing this to see if it will help you, because there's no way that we can know without actually doing the operation. Like I said, stroke, loss of hearing, damage to those nerves, okay, which are pretty important to you at this point, right? So an alternative to doing something is just to leave this alone and wait and see what happens, okay? If it gets worse, I don't think you've lost anything necessarily by waiting, okay? I don't have a crystal ball. I'm not clairvoyant. I don't know what's going to happen in the future.
I mean, I'm miserable some nights. You can ask Cameron this.
Because of the dizziness?
The dizziness, even when we're, like if I'm on stage and if I move my head, I almost like fall into the drums. Even with working, if I lift a dog, I get really dizzy if I move a certain way.
Now,
and when
back up. There's 100 different reasons why people get dizzy, and aberrant ICA is one of them. Okay, the blood vessel. Okay, I want to be very clear that I don't know that all of your symptoms would get better with an operation. You need to understand that. Okay, and this is a pretty long run for a short slide if it doesn't. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay. If the dizziness is the thing that bothers you, then there's medicines that you can take. Okay? And Dr. Young can take care of that.
Okay.
I'm not trying to talk you into anything or talk you out of anything. I think you have a problem. I think, this vessel may explain what you've got. What I don't know is doing something about it, going in and moving that blood vessel out of the way. And usually what we do is we either put a piece of Teflon in there or create a sling just to hold that vessel up off that nerve. I don't know if that's going to make all of your symptoms better. Now, you've been suffering with this for how long?
A while. Like since I was working at Baylor, because that's when I went in, and that's when they found the tonsillar ectopia, but they said it was so small, and they just put a bunch of shots in my neck.
Yeah, tonsillar ectopia.
Yeah. But that's when all the symptoms started, because like I would feel this eye kind of, it just feels numb, like my face, and it started feeling like somebody had it's in the back of my eye with a plunger, like sucking my eye in.
Okay. Does that come and go, or is it always
Comes
there?
and goes, and it's just really feels positional, and I can't sit here and walk around like this every day, you know,
I know.
because when I stretch it out, it helps. Or if we're watching TV, poor thing, I mean, he's got to hear the TV blaring because I can't. I mean, I can't hear over the swooshing, you know. I lost my high
And it swooshes only on the right.
Only on the right.
Okay.
Everything's all on the right. I'm so protective of this ear now. I won't even put a headphone in there. Nothing.
Okay.
I know before you said that if it was textbook, it would be easy to go in there, but it's not really textbook, and that there was a high risk rate in doing the
Correct.
surgery.
So the risk of failure to improve in you is not insignificant. Okay? I can make something up, but it's not terribly
Well, I want you to cut me if you don't have to.
Well, I don't have to do it, okay? And I'm not talking you into this, okay? And we're not making a decision today. I want you to think about it.
And so you think I should still go see the neurologist, right?
Yeah, I think that would be fine, okay? I mean, the more opinions you get, the better off you're going to be. But the other side of that coin is the more confused you're going to be.
Yeah.
Because if you talk to 5 different people about what to do for what you have, I bet you'll get 5 different answers.
And there's no risk of that vessel like collapsing on itself or tangling or strangling or...
None that we are aware of. None that justifies an operation to prevent that from happening.
I would feel like an extreme amount of pain if something happened.
Well,
right?
yeah, and you're going to have body symptoms, and you're going to have left body numbness, and yeah, you'll know. Okay, but that's not on the list of things that I'm worried about.
I haven't been able to feel my left toes, but I think that's toes too.
Okay. Do you have a problem? Yes. Is it real? Yes. Is this the cause of it? Probably. Will doing something about this surgically make it better? I'm not sure. Okay. Is there medicine that will make this all better? Probably not. Is there medicine that may help? Yeah, maybe.
So the dizziness, would that be like Dramamine or something? You said he's...
Something like meclizine. That may help.
Okay. There's just been a couple of times it's made me real nauseous. One time when I was riding with him at night, and I didn't know if it was the lights or what.
Riding on a motorcycle?
No, we were going to his gig, and I was in the passenger seat.
Oh, okay.
But all the lights coming, his
Right.
bike's not big enough for me.
Right, so if you fell over, you just fall over.
Right.
Okay, you wouldn't fall off.
I would fall off the bike.
Okay, that's fine. That doesn't bother me.
Okay.
Do you understand where I'm coming from?
Yes, sir.
Okay. There's no penicillin for this pneumonia.
Okay.
It's not that simple. I wish it were.
Yeah, me too.
Now, having said that, I'm not saying there's nothing that can be done. There is. But the success rate is uncertain. I won't say it's experimental or exploratory, but, it's not, I don't look at this and say, oh yeah, we can do this. It'll work. I look at this and say, well, that's probably causing this woman's symptoms. Will doing something about it help? Gee, I don't know. So while you're doing all of this, what I'm going to do is talk to one of my colleagues who actually trained with the guy who invented the operation that we would do for a different nerve, and see if he's ever seen this.
Do you have to do a complete resection, or can you do it microscopic? Like with
Oh, it's all done microscopically.
Okay, so you don't have to remove, because the ENT guy said, oh, yeah, I would have to remove a whole plate. And
You remove about that much bone, and then put it back when you're done. It's a bad haircut, but other than that, hair grows back. Don't ask me not to shave your hair. That's what we do.
I'm Apache, so it's...
I understand. But we don't take it all off, just from here down.
Okay. You gotta...
Mm-hmm.
How can you stand that sound when you're in surgery?
That's what we do.
It's like cutting off bullhorns.
Yeah.
Does it smell like that?
Mm-hmm.
It smells like hot.
Mm-hmm. You're asleep, don't worry.
Well, I know.
So,
That's...
between now and then, if then ever comes, there's some other things that you need to talk to some other people and you need to do.
Well, after you talk to your colleague, can you send a message to my chart? Or do I need to
I don't
come
do
back?
my chart. You just come back and see me in a couple months, and we'll
Okay.
have this conversation all over again. Okay? Don't use my chart.
Okay.
I refuse.
I tried sending messages before, I never get responses,
No,
so.
it's just, that's like being Facebook friends with your patients. That's your president.
Okay.
All right?
Awesome. Well,
You'll be okay. All right? Just, you gotta be careful, okay? And you know when things are getting bad. And I'm not saying that there's nothing that can be done. It's just, you need to be very deliberate in your decision making. Okay? And have realistic expectations about what can and can't be done. Surgery.
you don't think a hearing aid would help improve my hearing loss?
Yeah, well, I don't know. I wasn't smart enough to be an otolaryngologist. That's for them. But yeah, it probably
You're a brain surgeon.
it probably would help, your high frequency hearing
They
loss.
denied my hearing aid. The ENT sent me to the hearing aid place and they denied it.
Well, it may not be bad enough. Okay. The other thing you got to realize is people with hearing aids, when they're in loud places with a lot of echoes, you're better off without a hearing aid.
Yeah, he bought me one from the store.
Because my mother-in-law, I mean, she's better off, just kind of sitting there deaf than she is with her hearing aids in a restaurant, because it just drives her crazy. It amplifies the stuff that you don't want to hear.
Yeah.
You play the bass, right? So who cares about high frequency? Okay?
Okay.
Any other questions?
No.
Tell the girls 2 months.
Okay. Thank you
See
so
how
much.
you do. You're welcome.
I appreciate it.
All right. Y'all take care. Be good.
Are you sending him?
Yeah, you can just go back.
Okay. What about the dizzy medicine?
Talk to the Dr. Young about that.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank
That's
you.
it. You bet. Y'all be careful.